Well, hey everyone, welcome to Throttle Power. I'm Tim, and welcome to video number 3 on the little lawn and garden tractor from MPC. Left you off with the last video on all kinds of neat information in the background of this company, Wheel Horse, and the man who started the company. So let's get you caught up on video 3. As you also saw in video 2, I decided to do 3 tractors instead of 1, and we're going to concentrate on definitely getting 1 done, and this is where we're at so far. And I'll get you caught up to how we got to this point. Of course, everything got put together, everything got painted red, and then what I did is I took some wash onto the engine, aka engine grime, and washed the engine and engine bay and the underneath, and then took some black panel liner and ran it all around. After everything dried, I took some brown panel liner, ran it around, and then after everything dried, I took this dust color and ran it all the way around everything. And then in some spots I would take a rag and dab some off to give it a little bit of texture, and then after it dried I re-ran the African dust color again and dabbed some more off, and that's where we're at. Started wiring the engine. Also added spark plugs to every single little engine, little fuel line, and took some pins and did my little shifting lever. Did that on all 3 of them. And this little stuff here, I've had this for years. It's a foil, but it looks just like duct tape. Made from Detail Master. I don't even know if they still sell it or not. I've had this stuff probably, believe it or not, 15-20 years, and I only use it for duct tape on seats when I do a bunch of weathering. Also left you off with the last video. I'm working on a mower deck and a snow blade. Haven't gotten any farther than the snow blade, but the mower deck's come along quite a bit. And I even made a little chute cover for it. Added some rivet detail, and he will go on like that. And on the wheels, I left you off with doing the valve stems and lug nuts. So I've got the wheels all weathered, tires all weathered. It's coming along pretty good. That gets you caught up on the build. So let's get to working on this thing. Got the battery installed in all 3 little guys. Kind of doing, well, if I like to install a battery, I do it in all 3 of them. Just a little assembly line. Little tip that I've learned on this model, which worked out really good, is toothpicks. And I would mount the tire wheel assembly onto toothpicks and work on them, and it worked out really good. Another modification I'm going to make is on the exhaust. That little piece there, it just barely sticks out. I noticed by doing a lot of research, these obviously wear out after a period amount of time, and mine's kind of an older one, well used, so to speak. So I noticed on a lot of the newer exhausts they had put on is a longer tube with the exhaust sticking out farther. So I'm going to make that modification on this one. A little tip on making stuff dusty when you're weathering, getting that effect down in there. I'm going to do the top of this hood to match down there, and there's 2 ways you can do this. I like to use buff, load it up in my airbrush, and shoot it on there. Shoot it kind of far away, kind of mist it on, but I don't feel like dirtying up the airbrush just for that. The other ones are not ready to paint. That's the stage of these. And I'm still working on the mower and mower deck and the snowplow and the mechanisms. So I'm going to wait till those are ready to load up my airbrush with the buff, because I need to paint that red anyway. So the other way to do it is to use this color here, which I've been using quite a bit on this tractor. And all you have to do, if you give it a good shaking, is just kind of plop it on. That looks like a mess right now, and that's okay, because this is just a dirty coat or a dusty coat. And you do that, and I'll let it sit for a moment, and I'll show you why. Clean my brush out. I'm going to do a little cool trick here. Okay, got the brush all cleaned out. I've been doing this on these tractors, this mechanism. I'm going to take the paper towel I've been using, and it's still wet. You can see it reflecting. So just take the paper towel to it and go like that. And I'm dabbing the majority of it up. And you can't mess this up. If you take too much off, you can just put more on. But the idea is to take the majority off. It's going to be a little bit, there we go. And that'll dry to look like the other part down there. I did the same routine on everything that I just showed you on the hood. And then if I need more, what I'll do is once it's dry, here in about 10 minutes, I'll put some more on and then dab some more off. But that's how you get from that to that without using an airbrush with this color right here.